We've got the award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show coming up. If you've been holding off buying a new car, John Vincent from U.S. News and World Report says you may want to rethink that. I'll give you my thoughts on driving the 2024 Subaru WRX. Jeff has the Motor Minute. That and more in this segment of the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars down there in the safety green shirt. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Our chief engineer and chief cook and bottle washer, David Ainsley.
David.
You remember the last time you saw David?
Didn't we go to San Quentin and visit him on a Sunday or something?
I think it was that.
He visited us in San Quentin, if you remember.
Is that what it was?
It was a remote. No, it was a hot rod tour, wasn't it?
No.
He didn't go.
It was Granbury.
Granbury
was the last one before it got hot.
Did he even make it back from Granbury?
I don't think so. I think he's still up there. I think he liked it too well.
I think he does. Well, we knew he went on vacation to the UP and enjoyed the heck out of that. Good for him.
Well, we saw the videos.
Yeah.
That's about it.
All the pictures and all the nice stuff going on. So, yeah, we really haven't met up with him.
No, I haven't seen him either.
Yeah.
I did have dinner with him one night down in
his end of the world.
In his end of the world, yeah.
Well, he wasn't at Lupe Tortilla was before Granbury. Okay.
Yeah, Granbury was it, and then we hit a run here coming up with starting with Woody's, and
we buried ourselves here in the studio trying to fend off the heat.
Yes.
Yeah. We need to have him on as a guest.
No. We're good. Why is now a good time to buy a car? Do you know?
Interest rates are going down, maybe? Or prices are going down?
Inventory is up.
Yeah.
And our buddy with U.S. News and World Report, John Vincent, joins us now. John, good morning. It's good to see you. Look at you sitting in the front seat, looking at the back seat. We're sitting in the back seat. I like it.
I need to fix that.
No, don't fix it. It's absolutely perfect.
Like it.
We like sitting in the back seat and
what
talking
is
to
it?
you. What is it we sitting in the back seat of? It's a Mercedes.
Acura TLX Type S.
Oh, my gosh. Well, that's nice.
It's only got 2 pedals, though.
Yeah, only 2 pedals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay.
One of the pedals is really good.
Yeah, and don't forget those paddle shifters that are up on the steering wheel.
Good eye.
Well, John, it's good to see you, my friend. How have you been?
I have been good. I've been very busy this summer, but
with
good.
Work?
With work. Driving a lot of stuff.
Well, that's good, yeah. Well, we have too. And what are you driving this week, if I may ask?
I have a Subaru Crosstrek this week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We like that Crosstrek. Yeah. I just got out of the Subaru WRX. Have you driven one of those yet?
I have. I had that last month.
Yeah. We had one with a little 6-speed in it, and it was really nice.
That's a very good 6-speed and a really good clutch.
Yes, you were exactly right. As a matter of fact, I pointed that out when I drove it. I told you guys. That is the smoothest shifting car I think I've ever been in my entire life.
You said this thing needs a clutch. That's what you said.
No, I didn't.
No, that's what you said. We never really picked it up. Yeah.
I think the Miata still wins on the best clutch, but this one's close.
Yeah, I got you. So the story today is why may now be the best time to buy a car. Now, we can always say, oh, wait just a couple of more months and it's really going to get good, and it may very well. But for those people that have had this pent-up desire to buy a new car, whether they're forced into it or really want one, now may be a pretty good time because interest rates are coming down.
Well, interest rates are starting to come down, and it's the time of the year where the year-end kickoff sales really start going. I mean, it used to be fantastic in the fall because everybody was turning over everything. Now cars are introduced throughout the year. It's not quite the same, but there are still plenty of good deals out there. Inventories are strong. Interest rates are starting to slide down a little bit, and all the factors are coming together for it to be a buyer's market again.
And for the first time in quite a while, incentives seem to be growing on a lot of cars.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, and I think that's the real hook on some of these, because you're looking at some of the cars that I've heard of that are incentivized, that they're giving almost 0% financing and long-term payback on them and $1,000 cash, whatever you want to do with it. Things like that.
Yep. everything's coming back. Cashback's back, lower interest rates, really good leases. Everything's on the table right now.
Do you see a lot of people leasing as opposed to buying?
So leasing pre-pandemic was about a third of the market, if you can believe it.
Yep.
It plunged during the pandemic, and it hasn't recovered yet. But it's still, around a quarter-ish of the market.
Well, quarter is pretty significant when you're talking about millions and millions of cars.
Yeah, and it's very geographical. Some cities and states, the lease rates are much, much higher than others.
Yeah. Well, and leasing to me, I wouldn't necessarily lease a car, but I would buy a car off lease. And that market has pretty much dried up, has it not?
Well, during the pandemic, when leasing kind of went away, the pipeline for certified used cars that would be coming back went away.
Yeah.
So it's much tougher to find a certified used car right now.
What are people buying right now?
SUVs, compact SUVs.
Compact SUVs. I know that there's this movement afoot with the manufacturers backing off of building these mega factories, including mega battery factories, because the sales rate on the EVs, it hasn't gone away, but it's not what they predicted it to be. The take rate just isn't there. And now all of a sudden they're going, oh, but we build hybrids. We have hybrids. And it seems to me that, and I've said this for several years now, I've always thought that hybrids really are the way to go. If you want gas mileage, the advantages of, really good gas mileage, but you don't really have to worry too much about the charging stations.
Right. I drive my personal car is a plug-in hybrid. So it's an electric car for short trips and a gas car for long trips.
Yeah. And the advantage there is that especially if you drive around town, it really is the perfect car to have. How many miles?
I have about 30 miles of range. That covers my wife's commute perfectly. So, she gets home from work, we plug the car in, and it's got a full tank the next morning.
Yeah. And, I've discovered I work 30 miles from work, and I've been getting EVs for whatever reason here lately in the press fleet. And I have found I can really quell my anxiety over charging places by plugging it in when I get to work, which is a 110 charger basically, and plugging it in when I get home. So it takes care of almost the trip going to work for 8 hours of charging almost, and then I get home, charges overnight, and I'm good to go. I kept that thing almost at 100% charge the entire week that I had it.
People ask me how long it takes to charge an electric car, and I tell them, maybe a minute or two, because that's how long it takes me to plug it in.
That's
and
right.
Then it's ready to go the next morning.
Yeah.
So I don't really care how long it takes.
Yeah, and I don't have a level 1 or level 2 charger. I've got, that 110 volt on the front porch that I plug it into. And for me, that works just fine. However, with what you're driving, with the plug-in hybrid, I would do just fine with that. 30 miles to work, 30 miles on a charge it all day. I got a full charge when I get in, make it back home. Rarely do I use gasoline. So there's a kudo.
Not only do I have a full charge, but the car can do what's called preconditioning and have the temperature in the cabin correct when I get to the car, using electricity instead of the power on board the car.
You mean to tell me that you have heat up there?
Not like your heat.
That's good. Well, yeah.
Although I was in D.C. this last week, and it was 101 with 90% humidity.
Yeah, well, that's our heat
that'll
there.
do it.
Yeah, but we're not in Washington. We're here along the coast. But I can tell you that we envy those people that have a nice middle-of-the-road summer when it comes to temperatures are concerned. I think we're over the 100 degrees now. We got some rain back in the forecast, and I think that the hot part of summer, for the most part, is done here. Well, so what kind of car do you have that the wife drives?
I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE.
4xE. Okay, I got you. Yep, we've driven those. We like those.
The Grand Cherokee.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, I think that the shine has kind of gone off of the Grand Cherokee, and I'm not exactly sure why. It won every award known to man, and they sold a bajillion of them. But I think that the competition got a whole lot stronger in that market.
The competition got a whole lot stronger in that market, and the price of the Grand Cherokee got very high.
Yeah.
It's gotten lower in the last couple of years, actually, because they realized they reached a little too far into the stratosphere on that one.
Yeah. So speaking of that, let's talk about Stellantis for a moment, shall we?
He's grinning.
Because there are now calls from the UAW for Mr. Tavares to resign his position because he's ruining what once was a great American company. And sales over at Stellantis have gone down the toilet, and we're saddened by that.
So am I. I mean, Stellantis and its Jeep, Dodge, Ram divisions, they make some great cars, but some of their other divisions are bringing them down. Chrysler is a one-car brand. It's really hard to have a brand that only can make one car, and that's the minivan. Dodge right now is a one-car brand. It's actually two-car. They have the Hornet and the Durango right now. Don't have any other cars in the market. It's really hard to survive when you're doing that.
I guess it all falls on the CEO of the company, but here's the question. What are they thinking over there? They have nothing in the pipeline. They're going to go all electric, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and kill off the number one performance brand in the entire world. They've worked decades in perfecting the marketing skills and 1,000 horsepower under the hood, sold them like no tomorrow, and we're not going to do that anymore.
You would think the stockholders would be up in arms with that, because I think what they're doing is they're surrounding themselves with these people with all these great young ideas. Like you went into a woke story before. I think that's happening, but not as prevalent, not as in your face. That's what's happening, in my opinion.
I think the product pipeline was supposed to accelerate a whole lot faster than it did. I think a lot of those cars were supposed to be in the marketplace by now, and everything's been delayed. So they have this gap, and gaps are never good for automakers.
No, I mean, there's no product unless you want a Hornet. Forget it. You ain't going to get anything else because that's all we got. I'm surprised that the dealers haven't retaliated.
I'm a little surprised too, but they have a lot of promises out there for a lot of pretty good looking stuff, but we just haven't seen it delivered.
And weren't they?
It's sad, and it's what the union was complaining about, is that they promised a Ram factory for a new mid-size pickup truck. And now they're saying maybe we're not going to build that mid-size pickup truck and utilize that plant and employ a whole bunch of union workers.
That was the Belvedere factory that you're talking about, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and didn't they, during the contract negotiations when everybody was on strike, wasn't Stellantis and their factories, they were all up front with, hey, we're going to strike and we're going to be on the news, and that was all part of it. Now there's a little bit of payback.
Exactly, and it's going to be another test of the union. Although the union is union's acting pretty united these days, so the union has a lot of strength right now. But they can't really tell Stellantis that they have to build a car if Stellantis doesn't think that it's going to pencil out.
So the rumor has it that with the UAW calling for his resignation, do you think that that's going to pan out? Do you think that the guy's going to resign? I doubt it.
I doubt it. I think those decisions are actually made in Europe for Stellantis right now, and not made based on what's happening in the U.S.
Well, see, I think that's part of the problem, because the Japanese car makers, whenever they started coming over here and bringing their cars over here, they wanted to sell and do their cars the way they did over there, and I think that's part of the same problem. Now you've got a leadership team that's coming from a different part of the world, a different culture, whatever you want to call it, and they're making decisions that don't necessarily fit the North American market in the way it's been in the past. And I think that's a big part of the problem.
Yep.
Don't forget Hoffa resigned.
Jimmy Hoffa resigned.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I worry about my friends, and I call them my friends. Mike, you and I both have been up to Auburn Hills. We have friends that still work there, and I worry about their jobs. And
I do too.
And I, you being in the same industry that we are here with, doing car reviews and looking at cars and getting to drive new cars every week and doing reviews, we worried about those friends. And if you live in a city, whether you're in the automobile industry or not, if you live in a city that basically makes their living off of building cars or supplying the manufacturers, you got to worry about your next door neighbor.
Absolutely. And, if a factory closes, it devastates the entire community because, people aren't going to the grocery store. People aren't going to the restaurants. It takes the whole city down.
Yeah, it does. Well, and I can personally tell you and attest to that. Janesville, Wisconsin, my brother worked at the GM factory there. They made Suburbans back in the day, made all sorts of stuff because it was a very old factory there in Janesville. That factory not only doesn't exist, they mowed it down. It's gone. All it is a big pile of rubble in a very large area of the city of Janesville, Wisconsin. And we kind of took a tour around it last time I was up there in the spring. And there are little bars here, and Steve and Penny, my cousin Steve and his wife, they said, oh, yeah, that was the bar that was popular with all of the shift workers at the plant. And so when they get off work, they would go there. It was like almost a 24-hour bar, a little bitty hole-in-the-wall place. But we've all been to those places.
Yep.
The factory shut down. That was the end of the bar. That was the end of relationships. That was the end of friendships. People had no place to go. They had nothing where and
it's a social center.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's just one aspect of a small town in Wisconsin. And I drive past Belvedere going from Chicago area from the airplane up to Wisconsin, and I see that big, ginormous plant there, and I'm thinking, man, they built some really cool cars there back in the day, and then they shut that factory down. And it really is devastating, and I don't think that most people really think about that. Well, thanks for listening to our drivel, John.
It's okay. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Well, you can be our therapist up there. Is that okay?
And I think riding around in the Acura kind of helps out.
Yeah, that's right. And especially with you turned around looking in the back seat. I like it.
Well, they should bring that back. They have station wagons. You could look in the rear.
That's right.
The back,
there
so
you
that
go.
could be a new thing.
That's it.
Bring it
But
back.
remember, the windows of those station wagons opened so the kids could puke out the back window. You can't do that with
You've got experience.
Yeah, you've been there, done that.
John, it's great to talk to you, my friend. Tell everybody up there we said hello. Yeah, that's it.
For more puking stories, you can contact.
That's right. U.S. News and World Report.
There you go.
John Vincent, good to talk to you. Good to see you, my friend. Take care of yourself. We'll talk
Great
again
talking
soon.
to you guys.
You bet.
Okay.
How funny.
Yeah, good guy. Good guy.
All right. I guess, do I need to take a break here?
We can.
Okay, let's
want to get ahead of the game.
And you can catch the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream our live 2-hour weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will continue right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com.
It's the In Real Time Car Talk Show. Thanks for joining us today. You know, fall's right around the corner, and the In Real Time has some remote broadcasts lined up, including Woody's Waterfront Car Show, September 28th, Hemi Hideout Open House, November 9th, and Houston Autorama Thanksgiving weekend. We hope that you'll stop by and say hello when we're out there. Time now for this hour's Motor Minute.
Yeah, I want to bring you a little bit of update on John Force. Jack Beckman is taking over the ride for the last 7 races, and here's how that goes. So the 7 races left, according to the NHRA rules, when a driver is unable to compete, the race team may bring in a substitute who can earn points for the original driver in a maximum of 8 tour events. This is the 7th. So he can actually join. He could have joined last time when they raced, but they had some off time and all this other stuff.
Right.
So Beckman will close out the final 7 races of the year as a substitute for Force. John's continuing to recover in his Southern California home from the accident. We all know that. It happened in Richmond, Virginia. Beckman's words were, it's still John's car. Nobody's replacing John Force. He gets the shoe. And for right now, they got a great hot rod. And, of course, they had some incidents where they put some plugs out and all that stuff on the last run. But Force is a little bit of a different driver. Jack weighs more than John. He does the clutch different. Backing up after the burnout is a little different. So the teams have to adapt to that. So the funny car points are as follows. Austin Prock is number 1 with 1,100 points, 1,100 plus points. Bob Tasca, love his mom. Bob Tasca III. His mom is great. 972 points. Hagen is 960. 4th is J.R. Todd. And, of course, 5th would be John Force / Jack Beckman. So wish him all the luck. And, you know, he still can win the championship for John, which will be the umpteenth. 19, 20, something of that nature. He's won 16 or 18 championships. So that continues, and we wish him well on that. And Mike just mentioned that we may have some surprises coming up with Jack in the near future.
Well, I want you to know that there was somebody had written an article, and one of the things that I watch on NHRA, and they were saying, you know, there's a hole in the pits this weekend at the U.S. Nationals, because the first time since John's been racing that he's not been at the U.S. Nationals. And this is really the biggest race, so to speak, in NHRA.
It's kind of like a homecoming.
Well, it's like their Daytona or their Indy, that type of
well, it is Indy
function.
So, So at any rate, we wish him well, and hopefully that we'll see him soon. Time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2024 Subaru WRX. It comes in base, trim level, premium, limited, TR, and GT. I had the TR.
Okay.
Could you go through that one more time?
I had the TR. RUH.
RUH.
I have no clue what that means. Maybe you can decipher it. There it is, the window sticker on it. You tell me what the R is. It's a mid-size sedan, seats 5, including the driver. This particular body style was all new in 2022. Exterior features bulging fenders on an Impreza sedan body, sharp-looking front end with a great big hood scoop on it. Quad pipes, dual exhaust, but quad pipes, with a racy lower valance in the back. TR-style wheels look great and exclusive to the trim level. I curb rashed one really bad. And I called the lady that takes care of the car, and she said, "Oh, don't worry about it." I felt so bad. It was one of those wheels right there. I felt so bad that I told her, I said, "I'll pay to get the wheel fixed." I never do that. Well, guess what? I did do it. What I liked about it, the overall look and stance, gets an A on my list. What could use improvement? Offer a hatchback version, because this one's got a trunk. Anyway, interior highlights, Recaro seats, sports seats. They're standard with this particular model. High bolstered with the TR trim level. Huge infotainment screen that's easy to use. Black everything inside. Could use some color accents, though. I don't know. Red stitching just doesn't seem enough. Need some highlights in there. Little pop to it.
Yep.
Smooth shifter on this thing. Cargo trunk room, well, it's small. What I liked about it, the dash layout in this thing is excellent. What could use improvement? Bigger differentiation from the premium trim to this hot rod trim. 2.4 liter boxer turbo motor. 271 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque, 6-speed manual transmission. This is the smoothest shifting transmission I think I've ever had in my entire life. Did you find out what RUH
No,
means?
we're working on it.
RUH. Ours RUH.
Well, I got the TR, but
No, the RUH.
Nobody seems to know what the RUH is.
I think it's the sound you make when you scuff a wheel.
Oh, God. No, but I had a lot of things on my body that were puckering up.
Oh,
right
no.
there.
Well, stuff happens.
19 miles per gallon city, 26 highway for a combined of 22 is what it's rated. I got 25.4 over 301.2 miles. What I liked about it, the power is plenty adequate for this car.
It's a fast little car.
What could use improvement is to just throwing this out there at Subaru. How about putting another turbo on it? Make it a twin turbo.
Ooh.
I don't know whether the four banger would do it or not, whether it would hold up, but
It's screaming.
The TR gets handling upgrades that include sticky tires and bigger brakes. What I liked about it, the race car feel of this car. This thing, it feels like you could just throw it around in corners, and clearly I did right to the curb. But I didn't do it intentionally, and I wasn't racing it. Also, what could use improvement? I think adjustable dampers on it would be good. Base trim price, $41,655. Price is tested $42,907. The base model price is $32,735. Competitors, Toyota Corolla, $36,500. The Hyundai Elantra N, $33,700. The Mazda 3 2.5 turbo, $36,635. And I had to throw the VW Golf GTI in there for $31,965. Fun car, good looking. I think you should go for one. Go and drive one. You're going to go, well, I think he was right, Martha.
Martha knows.
Martha knows. All right. Let's see. I got to change the page here.
Yeah, we got a break coming up.
That's why I'm trying to get to that.
Okay.
So don't be pushing on me. Hey,
You're
if you'd
sick.
like,
You're sick.
I'm sick and I don't feel.
You know,
good.
I've been trying to keep my distance here.
Yeah,
So,
hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@nwheeltime.com. We are back after this quick break.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show brings you great guest interviews each week from manufacturers and suppliers to the aftermarket, racers, enthusiasts, and other friends just like you and me who love to talk about all things automotive. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show takes it to the road, too, with remotes at Tailpipes and Tacos, Woody's Waterfront Car Show, and the Hemi Hideout. In Wheel Time's live video and audio stream can be found on the iHeartRadio app, YouTube, Facebook, and InWheelTime.com every Saturday, 10 a.m. to noon Central Time, or grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider.